If I were 20 again, knowing everything I know now, I wouldn't chase Lamborghinis. I wouldn't waste time trying to look rich or impress people I don't even like. I'd chase time. I'd chase skills. I'd chase cash flow. Because here's the truth. Back then, I thought money was everything. But now I know. Time is the real asset. It's the currency that buys everything else. Freedom, peace of mind, options. You can always earn more money. But once time is gone, it's gone. So if you're 20, understand, you're holding the most valuable thing in the world. And here's exactly how I would invest it. Let's talk about compound growth. Everyone hears about compound interest with money. But here's what most people miss. Habits compound, knowledge compounds, even your mindset compounds. Imagine reading just 10 pages a day. It feels small, but that's over 15 full books a year. Now imagine what happens if you do that for 5 years. That's not just knowledge. That's identity change. What if every single day you improve just 1% in something? In 6 months, you'd be unrecognizable. The issue is, it's invisible at first. You'll feel like nothing's changing. You'll be tempted to quit, but stick with it. And suddenly one day you'll look back and realize you're not even the same person anymore. That's the power of compounding. It's slow, silent, and unstoppable. Just like water shaping rock, tiny actions done consistently create massive transformation. If I were 20, I'd treat myself like my greatest asset. I'd build myself before I build any portfolio. I'd master communication. Because whether you're in business, relationships, or just life, the ability to express clearly is a superpower. I'd study negotiation, persuasion, writing, and storytelling. I'd stop consuming junk content and start designing my own learning system. Podcasts on the way to school, books instead of endless scrolling, courses instead of complaining. Most people scroll aimlessly. Winners scroll intentionally. They choose their inputs the way athletes choose nutrition, with purpose. If you can learn faster than others, you win the game. Every minute spent on growth pays dividends for decades. Let's say I only had $200 a month to invest. That's enough to start. I'd divide it like this. 60% into low-cost index funds like the S&P 500. Boring, yes, but powerful over time. 20% into myself. Books, courses, software tools, maybe even a coach. 10% into emergency cash. And 10% into what I call learn money. Small experiments, side hustles, or business ideas. The goal isn't to make money with that last 10%. The goal is to learn. Try something, fail, learn, repeat. That's tuition money for the real world. Every $10 lesson you learn now could save you $10,000 in mistakes later. And the confidence you build, that's priceless. Even a failed side hustle builds your character, sharpens your instincts, and shows you how the game really works. Here's what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't waste money on brands just to flex. I wouldn't follow gurus promising overnight success. I wouldn't compare my chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Instagram doesn't show debt. It doesn't show stress. It doesn't show the sleepless nights. Most of the successful people you see are drowning behind the scenes. Remember, wealth is quiet. Real money whispers. It doesn't scream. When you're actually winning, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. Stay low. Stack your wins in silence. Let your results speak louder than your words ever could. Nobody who's really free feels the need to constantly prove it. They're too busy living it. Now let's talk about skills. If I were 20 again, I'd focus less on resumes and more on real value. Skills are your currency in today's economy. I'd learn to write emails that convert, design content that sells, build websites, sell a product, edit videos. These aren't just skills, they're money machines. And here's the formula. Learn, practice, offer, charge, improve, scale. It starts small, maybe $50 here and there. But keep sharpening, and you'll be turning down work you used to beg for. The market doesn't care about your GPA, it cares about your results. If you can solve problems, you'll never be unemployed again. If you can provide value, people will find you. Most people define wealth as having a big number in their bank account. I define it as control. Control over your time. Control over your energy. Control over who you work with and what you work on. I'd focus on building a life where Monday feels like Saturday, where I'm not escaping my job, I'm excited for it. That might take 5 years, maybe more. But the beauty is, once you get there, you never want to leave. While others burn out chasing fast success, you'll be living on your own terms. And that's the ultimate win. Building quietly, consistently, and intentionally. So, final message. If you're 20, you are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. You have time, energy, and flexibility on your side. Use it. Don't chase quick money. Don't try to skip steps. Use this time to become someone valuable. Build the foundation. The income will come later, and it'll be stronger than anything built on shortcuts. Remember, wealth isn't something you chase. It's something you attract by who you become. If this video gave you even one idea, hit like. And if you want more real talk on mindset, money, and building a future with purpose, hit subscribe. This channel isn't about hype. It's about real growth. Start now. Be patient. Build slow. Stay consistent. And in 5 years, you'll be grateful you started today.